How's everybody doing? It's Coach Ray Briggs, basketball coach here in Texas. Hey, today I'm going to switch it up a little bit for you guys because today I got to give a shout out and pay some homage to one of the greatest stories in NBA history as Grant Hill retires from the NBA. Today, June 1st, 2013, and the news just came on Sports Center today that Grant Hill has officially announced his retirement from the NBA. Now, the reason I wanted to shoot this video is because there's certain players that come along that inspire you by what they do in their respective sports, maybe what they do in the community, maybe it's the type of teammate that they are. And as a basketball coach, one thing that I know for sure is that there are so many life lessons that can be drawn from the game. Okay? There's so many life skills that young people and people when they're in college or if they make it to professionals can learn from the game of basketball, apply it to their lives, and be able to have success in their lives. And Grant Hill's story is one of those. Okay? So by Grant Hill retiring from the NBA, it really just kind of puts me in the mode of reflection and just thinking about what he had to go through from coming into a situation where he was really, really good, really, really good. Seven-time All Star, Rookie of the Year, co-Rookie of the Year with Jason Kidd, and just on top of the world, rocking and rolling, everything's going great. And then his seventh year in the league, or sixth year in the league, injuries hit him. If you don't know his story, you need to look it up. I'm going to give you a crash course of the story, okay? Comes into the league, Rookie of the Year, coming off of two national titles in college. So he's the champion coming into the league. His Rookie of the Year is a six-year All-Star, one of the most versatile players in the league, okay? One of the toughest covers in the league. And in his seventh year, breaks his ankle, okay? Now you're like, okay, well, guys get hurt all the time in sports. Well, this broken ankle that he suffered in 2000 was the start of 4 long years of re-injuring it, getting infections in that ankle, having doctors tell him that he needs to quit, tell him that he needs to retire from the NBA, telling him that, this injury that he was going through was going to alter his life after basketball, and that Grant Hill should retire from the NBA. That's the advice he was getting for 4 years. 4 years. And what's amazing about it, and there's a lot of people that, didn't understand, why he kept trying to come back, tell him that he needed to hang it up, tell him that he was done. He was able to go on and get another contract and continue to play. And got hurt again, and people were so negative on him and so down on him. But the thing that impressed me most was one, his confidence never wavered. When people would talk to him about his injuries and talk to him about what he wanted to do if he was done, and his mind was so locked in and focused on what he wanted to do, what he believed in himself, that he had a lot more to give to the game. And the crazy thing about it was in 2004 is when he finally got off his injuries. And here it is, 2013, 8 years after so many people told him that he would be done. 8 years after doctors told him that he needed to retire. 8 years after battling injury after injury after injury for 4 years straight. He had 8 more seasons in his game. Do y'all understand how powerful that is? For me, that's really inspiring because, when we're out here and you're trying to live life and you're trying to make things happen, whether it's for you or for your family, or maybe you're taking on a new job or trying to develop a new skill or trying to develop a new craft, whatever it is, there's going to be so many things that come along, so many people that come along that tell you that you need to stop doing what you're doing, telling you that you're going to hurt yourself if you keep going the route that you're going, telling you that you need to retire from what you're doing and get into something different because that stuff never works. And when you can find a story from a great story, when you can find a story from a great story, right, such as Grant Hill's, it's inspiring, y'all. It's really inspiring. I mean, I'm fired up just thinking about it, and I'm like, man, there's many times when, maybe I felt like, maybe going somewhere, doing something else, or I started out trying to learn a specific skill and it started getting a little overwhelming for me. So I decided I didn't want to do it anymore. I mean, there's so many times in life where there's going to be a conflict that's going to come, that's going to try and knock you out the box. But if you got belief in yourself, regardless of what anybody else says, you can make it happen. One of the best things I remember one of my coaches told me when I was at a young age, she said, Raymond, if you don't believe in yourself, how can you honestly expect somebody else to believe in you? If you really don't believe that you can make this happen, if you don't really believe that you can stop this other guy from scoring, or that you can put your team in position to be successful, or if you don't really believe that you can go and get that college scholarship and graduate from college, if you don't really believe that you can move 13 hours away from anybody that you know and start up your own business, if you really don't believe that you can spend your life following the passions and doing the things that you love doing, then you won't. You can't. There's no way that Grant Hill would have been able to keep his career going 8 years after battling 4 years of injuries if he wasn't mentally tough enough to believe that he had more to give, to believe that he had more than the tank, to believe that he was more than just some injury or something. So this video is for anybody out there that's maybe going through something right now, that's maybe struggling, that's maybe, set out on a goal in life, or set out on a mission, and something has come up to try and knock them out the box. Something has come up to try and derail their progress. I'm here to tell you right now, look at Grant Hill's story. Look at what that dude had to go through. And look at the perseverance that he showed and the reward that he was given for battling through. Success is something that's achievable, but it's right past the decision to not give up. All right? So, Grant Hill, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Sad to see Grant Hill retiring from the NBA, but brother, hey man, it's been great. All right? I've been loving following your career. You've been such an inspiration to me, to a lot of other sports enthusiasts, to a lot of other players from around the world in different generations and different ages. And hopefully your story can inspire somebody else to have the belief in themselves to go after what's inside of their heart. All right? Everybody, take care. God bless. Be blessed to be a blessing to somebody else. And I'll see you over the top.